Hi and welcome everyone to another video. My name is Denis and today I'm going to show you my team selection for Game Week 12 of Fantasy Premier League, but now let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Before starting it, I just want to say thank you for your incredible support in the recent weeks. It really means a lot to me because every like, every subscribe, every comment really counts obviously, and it really means a lot to me. So yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone who watched my content in the last period. Now this part is going to be shorter. I'm going to talk a little bit about how my team performed in Game Week 11, but as you see, I got 30 points, so I'm going to make sure this part is not going to be too much, and then we're going to discuss about how my team is lining up currently for Game Week 12 of Fantasy Premier League. Now, if last Game Week in Game Week 10 was probably the best Game Week this season for me, now this in Game Week 11, probably this is my worst Game Week so far. And yeah, looking at my team again, it is really hard to see a lot of players who got me any points. Munoz with 6 points and Bruno Fernandes with 5. Pretty much these are the only players who did something for me. Now obviously Haaland got 4 points, but it doesn't really matter a lot. For what's worth, Haaland getting 4 points was just detrimental to my rank because obviously I captained Mateta. So yeah, overall it was a really bad, really stinky gaming for me. Just 30 points from 300k. I'm at the moment 600k. So yeah, again, if you feel bad about your rank at the moment, just try to see this I don't know, as a way to cope with yourself. Try to not be too harsh on yourself because at the moment the ranks are really close, and as you can see, last gaming I was 300k, right now I'm 600k, and in the future probably I'm going to get better. Hopefully I'm going to get better. So yeah, at the moment if you're happy with your team, I would advise you to try to not be too harsh on yourself. And again, maybe you're saying Dennis, you just captain Mateta instead of Erling Haaland, that's why you had a really bad gaming. But yeah, honestly, this is not the truth. With Mateta and Haaland, let's say in total I got 8 points. If I would have captain Erling Haaland instead of Mateta, I would have got 10 points. So it is a difference of just 2 points. But yeah, I need to say that I was a little bit lucky for Haaland to miss the penalty, and he ended up on just 4 points, which is minimal damage, I would say. But sadly for me, I didn't get any advantage because Mateta also blanked. So yeah, as I said before, Munoz, Bruno, the only players who pretty much did something for me. Other than that, it was a really bad gaming, but I'm not really sad about how my team is looking forward. Now looking back a little bit in hindsight, the only reason why I didn't sell Gyökeres was because I had just one free transfer and I didn't want to take a -4 to upgrade my midfield. But one move I wanted to do in this gaming was to sell Gyökeres to Guyu, sell Reinders to Bukayo Saka, and captain Bukayo Saka, who also scored and hold against Sunderland. But again, and also the other reason was because I didn't want to go for someone like Thiago. I wanted to go the only way down to someone like Guyu or Obi, and Thiago scored 2 goals or something like that, and maybe I'm just going to buy Thiago this gaming. So again, looking back in hindsight, yeah, maybe it was not the best decision for me to keep Gyökeres, but at least I'm happy that I have 2 free transfers at the moment after international break, and we got a lot of injury news updates. So yeah, let's just see my team for Game Week 12. Moving next, now on the screen you can see how my team is currently lining up for Game Week 12 of Fantasy Premier League. I wanted to show you the whole team just because I think that we have a lot of different topics to talk about this Game Week. A lot of things happened, and before the international break, before a lot of injuries occurred, my initial plan was to sell someone like Rodon to Virgil van Dijk and to get rid of Gyökeres probably to someone like Guyu. Now my plans probably are going to change a little bit, right? And the only reason why you see Gabriel and Gyökeres still there on my my starting lineup is because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get rid of them. Let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, which are the injuries obviously who occurred in this international break, and the biggest one is Gabriel from Arsenal. If you missed the news, somehow he's going to be out probably for 1 to 2 months, and probably he's not going to play again in 2024. Now again, I'm going to wait to see for the press conferences tomorrow, and then I'm going to decide exactly what I'm going to do with my players. I have 2 free transfers, 0.1 million in the bank, so again, at least I'm happy that I saved my transfer because again, in this international break, a lot of people, a lot of players got injured. Now Semenyo is still a doubt, but as I said before, I'm going to wait tomorrow to see. At the moment, I think that again, you could make a case. I could just not sell Gabriel, right, and just play someone like Alderete there, who's going to play against Fulham away, which is a decent fixture. But again, and free it in Game Week 13, that could be also a strategy. But Gabriel, because he's going to be out long term, I will want to sell him anyway, sooner rather than later. He's just going to drop in price a lot in the next 1 week, 2 weeks. If the injury is real and he's going to miss 2 months or something, that he's going to drop in price a lot. So I just think that I need to sell him right now. Also, again, maybe you have other players who could play instead of Gabriel. If he was missing 1 game, 2 games, then yeah, of course, I would just have keep him. But at the moment, I think that Gabriel is an easy sell. I wanted to buy Virgil van Dijk even without the Gabriel injury. So yeah, probably is going to be the way I'm going to go. With Gyökeres, again, I'm going to wait to see what's going to happen. But Gyökeres was always a sell for my team. I just didn't sell him last game because I have just one free transfer and didn't want to go for Thiago. I wanted to go for someone like Guyu, and yeah, I didn't have a way to upgrade my midfield without taking a hit. Now, maybe again, I'm going to sell him. It's going to be either for someone like Guyu, a 4.3 million striker, or for someone like Thiago, probably. But all it's going to depend about my team, my strategies, my strategies with the chips, obviously, because as you can see, I have my triple captain left and my freed left. So we're going to talk also about that in the later part, when I'm going to show you my strategies and how I see my game mix, my next 4 to 5 game mix. Let's talk a little bit about how my team is lining up, right, without the injuries. Raya is going to be my only Arsenal defender probably this game week, if I'm not going to go for someone like Saliba or Timber instead of Gabriel. It is a fixture against Spurs. I see a lot of people, I don't know, are underestimated, I think, a little bit Spurs, maybe myself included, but I just think that it's not going to be such an easy fixture for Arsenal. But yeah, for sure, they are the best defense in the Premier League. I would not be surprised for them to keep a clean sheet or for them to score 2 or 3 goals against Spurs, but I just think that is going to be Spurs could not let Arsenal get that many chances to score goals. So yeah, let's see how that's going to go. But definitely, I'm just going to play Raya instead of Dubravka. That's not a question for me. With Senesi and Semenyo, I'm really happy to own them, at least for this fixture against West Ham at home. Again, if Semenyo is going to be fit, the latest news we know is that he missed that game for the national team because he proposed to his girlfriend, now his fiance. So congrats to Semenyo. Hopefully he's going to be fine. Really happy to have both of them. Minte against Brentford at home. Really happy to have Minte. As I said so many times before, I think that he's the best 6 million midfielder in the game at the moment. The fixtures are decent for Brighton, so I'm really happy to have a piece of that Brighton attack. Bruno Fernandes against Everton at home, who could be also a good captaincy option. Again, I'm not sure if I would go there, but really happy to have him on penalties. Good for DEFCON. Yeah, I wish I had someone like Mbeumo. I wish I had someone like Sar in my midfield, but at the moment, I just don't think that I'm going to add with more African Cup of Nations players, because as you can see from the screen, my last midfielder is Njae from Everton. The fixture is decent, I think, against Man United. They are shipping a lot of chances. They are conceding a lot of goals in the start of the season, at least. So definitely, I don't think that it is such a bad fixture for Njae, but yeah, he was one. I was considering to sell him at some point because the fixtures are just not great and he's going to go to the African Cup of Nations. So at some point I need to sell Njae, but at the moment I have really other big problems, more important problems in my team, like Gabriel Gyökeres. So I can't really deal with Njae at the moment. So he's going to stay in my team. Erling Haaland, again, we're going to discuss a little bit about him. Really happy to have Munoz. The next few fixtures are great for him, so hopefully he's going to reward me with some attacking returns. Wolverhampton away is a nice fixture. Mateta also against Wolverhampton away. As you can see at the moment, let's try to discuss a little bit about Mateta. As you can see from the screen, he is currently my captain for Game Week 12. Now, probably that's going to stand if I'm not going to get cold feet on Erling Haaland, and if I'm not going to buy someone like Bukayo Saka. If I'm going to buy Bukayo Saka, probably he's going to be my captain for this game week, although I just think that the fixture for Mateta is way better than Tottenham for Arsenal. So again, a lot of people probably are going to disagree with me, but I just think that I don't know, nobody is talking about Jean-Philippe Mateta, about the captaincy, and probably that's because he's not at the same price as someone like Mbeumo, someone like Bruno Fernandes, someone like Bukayo Saka, even someone like Semenyo. So again, the fixture is just great. Yeah, Wolverhampton are going to have a new manager, but I just don't think that's going to impact too much. how they're going to play this gaming. I really trust Crystal Palace more than I trust Wolverhampton being a bad team. And on paper, this is a great fixture. If this was at home, I would be 100% sure about this captaincy. And let's talk also a little bit about Haaland. I think that it's perfectly fine to captain Erling Haaland, guys. It is Newcastle away. Yeah, he doesn't have a good record. Usually Newcastle are defending amazingly at home and they are really good at St. James Park, but they have mixed performances at the moment. And also, Haaland is going to get you chances. And we know that at some point, when he's getting those chances, he's pretty much converting them. So yeah, I'm expecting Haaland to score one goal this gaming, but I just think that Mateta could go bigger than that. And I just want to go against him. Honestly, I did that in game week 11. I captain Mateta instead of Erling Haaland against Liverpool because I thought that it was going to be not a so easy fixture for Erling Haaland. Now, I was wrong. Erling Haaland scored. He missed the penalties. But also, I think that it was a good decision. Again, he blanked against Brighton. Now he's going to have a better fixture, right? Against Wolverhampton. He's on penalties. He's going to have good minutes, I think. Ismail Assar is there, so they're going to create some chances, I think, in this game. And again, it is more like the appeal to go against Erling Haaland. If you're ever going to go against Erling Haaland, is going to be in the away games mostly, and this is a good opportunity to go against him. But again, as I said before, if you want to captain him for the safety of your mind, that's perfectly fine. I think that he could easily do something against Newcastle and definitely he's going to have some chances. So yeah, probably I'm just not going to watch that game. But hopefully for me, Mateta is going to do something against Wolverhampton away. So yeah, let's see if this decision is going to stack by the deadline. Again, as I said before, I have two free transfers. I have 0.1 millions in the bank. Now, what's more important for me, it's how I'm going to use my chips, because pretty much that's going to dictate what transfers I'm going to do this gaming pretty much, or I should say the other way around. For the triple captaincy, I want to use it on Erling Haaland, and the best windows for me are against Leeds in gaming 13 and against West Ham at home in gaming 17. I much rather would try to triple captain Erling Haaland against West Ham. I think that's a better fixture. But if I'm not going to do that, I think that I need to do it in gaming 13. And that means I'm not going to use my frit in gaming 13. So again, with the frit, it's going to be either gaming 13 or gaming 15, gaming 16, something like that. And what transfers I'm going to do this gaming are going to dictate that. So for an example, if I'm going to sell Gyökeres to someone like Thiago, who has a decent fixture this gaming against Brighton, but also he's going to play against Burnley in gaming 13. I'm also going to sell Gabriel probably to Virgil van Dijk anyway. That's just going to make my team look better for gaming 13 without using the frit. So in that scenario, with these two transfers used, I'm just going to use my frit in gaming 16 probably and use my triple captain on Haaland in gaming 13. But if I'm going to do something like Gyökeres to Guyu, Reinders to Bukayo Saka, because I didn't talk too much about Reinders. He's a player I want to ship out at some point, but again, he's just my 8 attacker, so he's going to be on my bench most time. But yeah, if I'm going to go along with those moves, Bukayo Saka and Guyu instead of Gyökeres, Reinders, if I'm going to buy some Arsenal players, then I will want to use my frit in gaming 13 to try to go against the Arsenal players when they're going to play against Chelsea, and then I'm just going to use my triple captain in gaming 17. So yeah, the plan, it's easy at the moment. I just need to decide what I'm going to do. At the moment, this is how my team is looking without making any transfers. If the deadline was now, I would just sell Gyökeres to Thiago and upgrade not upgrade Gabriel to Virgil van Dijk. So this would be my two transfers. At the moment, this is the probability how I'm thinking, and triple captaining Haaland in gaming 13 and using my frit in gaming 15 or gaming 16. But let's see also my plans and strategies and how my team is going to look like in the future. Okay, now in the last part, I want to show you roughly my plans and strategies for the future gamings, how I'm going to use my chips. At the moment, this is the plan. So let's say I'm going to go along with the plan I just said before. This is most likely what I'm going to do before deadline, but make sure you join my deadline stream to see exactly. So Gyökeres to Thiago and Gabriel to Virgil van Dijk. Again, I didn't talk too much about other possibilities. If I want to use my frit in gaming 13, I'm just going to go Saliba right now because I want to have at some point 2 or 3 Arsenal players and preferably 2 defenders from Arsenal at the minimum at some point. But at the moment, I'm willing to go against that. And I really like Virgil van Dijk. I think that he could match someone like Saliba, someone like Timber, someone like Calafiori for the next, I don't know, 5 to 6 fixtures. So that's why at the moment I'm leaning towards him. Another option would be to just downgrade someone like Virgil van Dijk and upgrade my midfield. But yeah, let's just say I'm going to sell Gabriel to Van Dijk and Gyökeres to Thiago. I think that these players need to go, and this is how my team would look like with 3.1 millions in the bank. Virgil, Senesi, Munoz, Raya in goal, Mateta, Thiago and Haaland. So for Thiago, Brighton away is not such an amazing fixture, but if I'm going to buy him, I'm just going to play him, right? Instead of someone like Alderete or someone like Reinders. He's a forward on penalties. But now if we move to Gaming 13, pretty much this is why I bought Thiago, to try to not use my free in Gaming 13, because everybody is going to have 3 players or 2 players from Brentford at least. Everybody's going to have Thiago on their free, and that would be mostly to avoid playing your Arsenal players. And at the moment I have just Raya, which is okay against Chelsea away. This is the weakest player in my team, Raya, so I think that's okay. And also, honestly, Arsenal could even keep a clean sheet against Chelsea. So my backline would be Senesi against Sunderland, Van Dijk against West Ham, and Munoz against Man United. Now, again, if I was to free it in Gaming 13, definitely I would not have any Arsenal, any Spurs players. I would not have probably Bruno Fernandes, I would not have Munoz, I would not have Mateta, but at the same time, I just don't think that it's such a tough fixture for Crystal Palace. Yeah, maybe they're not going to keep a clean sheet against Man United, but we know that Munoz is a great option anyway. They're going to play at home, he's really attacking, and I would not be surprised for Crystal Palace to even keep a clean sheet against Man United. And as I said before, Bruno Fernandes is on penalties against Crystal Palace away. I would not have him probably on a free, but it is okay if I'm not going to use my free. Senesi, Semenyo against Sunderland away, it's okay. Njae against Newcastle, it's another weak player from my point of view. Now, again, at least they're going to play at home, and Newcastle away from home were really bad this season. Minte is perfectly fine. Haaland is going to be probably my triple captain here in Gaming 13. Mateta against Man United at home. Also, I really like this opportunity. Everybody who's going to free it in Gaming 13 is going to go without any Crystal Palace players, probably, I would say, maybe with Mateta. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to go against the crowd a little bit, and also I will have Thiago against Burnley. So as you can see, the team would not be bad. And I used 2 free transfers in Gaming 12. Here I'm just going to roll my transfer, or if I want, sadly I don't have the money to go for Bukayo Saka. I have just 9.6 millions, so that's why probably the most scenario for me is going to be to roll this transfer. And in Gaming 14, and also I'm going to avoid buying Bukayo Saka against Chelsea anyway, as I said before. In Gaming 14 I'm going to have 2 free transfers, and here if I want to get rid of someone like Njae, I could just buy Bukayo Saka, and I will need to find also 0.5 millions in the bank. And probably what I'm going to do at this point is to just buy a cheap midfielder, someone like Potts, if he's getting good minutes, if he's still on set pieces for West Ham. Yeah, probably that's how I'm going to go. And yeah, if we make these transfers, this is how my team would look like in Gaming 14. Perfectly fine. Virgil, Senesi, Munoz, Mateta against Burnley. I have finally Bukayo Saka. I could even captain Bukayo Saka here, but yeah, probably I'm just going to go for Haaland. Thiago is playing against Arsenal away, which is not amazing. This is the only problem, but again, he's a 6.3 million forward. He's on penalties. Yeah, who knows? In Gaming 15, now here it is where you need to use the transfer. So I will have 1 free transfer here to use. And probably is going to be on Senesi or someone like Semenyo, who are going to play against Chelsea. Other than that, my team looks perfectly fine. Thiago against Spurs away, it's not amazing, but it is decent. So yeah, probably here I'm just going to sell Semenyo. But yeah, if he's going to be okay to deliver decent FPL points in the meantime, yeah, maybe I'm going to think to just keep him until after he's going to play against Burnley at home. But if not, here I could just go for someone like Cunha. I don't know. It's just an example, guys. So yeah, at this point, all the players are going to go to the African Cup of Nations, and yeah, if we move to Gaming 16, it is a long way to go. I'm not sure if the strategy is going to remain the same, but the team is looking okay at this point. In Gaming 16, I'm going to have 5 free transfers. again, I'm planning to try to keep some of them, right? You don't want to use all of them. So if I need to use one or two, that's perfectly fine. Here it is when uh, I don't know, probably I'm going to use my free hit because as you can see from the screen, Mateta, Munoz are going to play against Man City, Alderete against Newcastle, Senesi against Man United, Minte against Liverpool, Haaland also against Crystal Palace away. So yeah, please let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? The only question is, my team, if I'm going to go away with these two transfers, I think from my point of view is looking better in gaming 13, so that's why I'm thinking about using my free hit in 16 and triple captaining Haaland in gaming 13. But again, it could go any way around. So yeah, please let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? What would you do in my place? Would you triple captain Haaland in gaming 13 or in gaming 17? Thanks a lot for watching this video. It really means a lot. Leave a like if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button if you're not here, and yeah, make sure you join me on stream on Saturday. So yeah, thanks a lot. Bye.
Bag gura lor, când mă întreabă oamenii de unde sunt le zic de va. Apoi îmi bag gura lor.